Hey guys, it's Lauren and I'm back today with another project that I'm going to be working on. So I have a chair that I bought at a thrift store several years ago, and today I'll show you how I kind of use this chair and paint it and transform it to create a fun piece of art for a bedroom that isn't something that you hang on a wall but still brightens up the space.
All right, so this chair here is kind of what I'm working with today. I found a chair like this at a thrift store a few years ago for only $4, and so I bought it and brought it home. It was already painted, really like a horrible color red. So I brought it home, painted the seat white, and then the back and legs of it black, kind of like the picture here. But what drew me to the chair was that it had a really nice flat back so it could sit flat against the wall and then not take up a lot of floor space. So I ended up using it in a guest bedroom where the queen size bed already was taking up the majority of the room, and it was just kind of a nice option at the time. But I don't really love the way the chair looks, so I think today what I'm going to do is try to make it a little bit more fun, make it kind of mimic some of these Mexican folk art chairs that you see a lot of times at like Mexican restaurants. And I think it'll just add more color to the room and just make it a little bit more fun. So I am going to probably freehand draw on flowers today and do like the stripes and all that. But there are definitely a lot of stencil options out there for flowers that you can easily buy if you want to try to do something similar. And then it would make it a lot easier probably using stencils. I just don't really feel like paying for them today.
The color pencil wasn't showing up really well when I was trying to start to get this template on this chair, so I'm just going to use chalk. Okay, so I just now finished drawing on a basic template of where my flowers and everything are going to go on the chair. I'll kind of try to give you a little close-up look if I can. And it's not perfect, it's just a general idea for size and shape and whatnot. But we'll make everything look nice and pretty once we start painting. So when I drew on my template on the chair, I decided to make larger flowers in the center and then make some smaller flowers as I went out towards the sides. When you are painting, think about the type of brush that will be best for the type of flowers you're painting. If you're using a stencil, just go ahead and use a stencil brush. That way you won't get as much bleeding underneath your stencils. The stencil brushes are also really nice for creating round petals because you can easily just twist them in your hand and they keep that nice circular shape. If you want to create longer, skinnier petals, then I would look for kind of a wider, tapered brush that's firm so that you can create straighter lines more easily. And if you want to create more of like curved petals, then I would look for a smaller tapered brush that is more easily controlled. Finally, if you want to try and create some highlights and shadows with your petals, then I would use just a fine detailing brush to go back in and add shades of white or darker shades of your colors. Okay, so I think I'm actually done now with painting the flowers. So I'm going to show you what that part looks like as of now. And what I'm going to do now is try to paint some stripes on the sides just to add a little more color and interest to the chair. If you have painter's tape, absolutely use that and just wrap bands around the chair, arm and legs. So I think for the bands, because I have blues, yellows, greens, and reds mostly in the chair. I'm definitely going to use red because I like that as an accent color. I think I'm also going to use green and blue as some of my color bands around the chair. But yellow was kind of thin and it was hard to actually get to cover over the black, so I'm going to skip that color. Okay, so this is the final product, the chair. I kind of like it by this window where the light comes in, and this was just kind of boring blank wall that needed something. So I'll show you really quick what I did. I distressed some of the edges. I just used scissors, opened up and scraped it along in certain areas. You could definitely seal over this to protect the paint job a little bit more. Once again, look for stencils for the flowers. That would be a lot easier than what I was trying to do, and I think that would make it a much friendlier project for someone to try. But hopefully this inspires you to look at chairs differently, or you know, check out your local thrift store to see what kind of fun items they have that you can add paint to and kind of add some personality to a room or space.